Hey everybody, welcome back to some more war game, and we're gonna play tanks. Sorry, we're playing armored, but no tanks because somebody said it in the comments, and I was like, fine, fine, let's do it. I am going to, I'm going to cheat a little bit, just a tiny bit. All right, I'm not gonna put in anything in the tank tab, but that's all there is to it. And I think you can already see where I'm going with this. But screw you. I'm not gonna get bullied into playing horrible decks again. Now, in general, it's not really that difficult to play without any tanks, especially when you're playing a mech deck, right? Especially a mech deck like blue mech or something that has a lot of access to a lot of stuff, has a lot of choices, I should say. But we're not gonna play a mech deck. We're gonna play armored, which means we still want a deck that has access to good infantry. And ideally also a deck that has a reasonable availability bonus, so you know, you get plenty of infantry as well. And I thought Yugoslavia is a good choice because for one, we just get good general infantry. Two, you still get your 10% availability bonus, which isn't much, but it's something. And three, you still get pretty good infantry-based anti-tank weaponry, right? If we take a look at all the infantry-based, or the shock infantry specifically, with good infantry AT, VDV, Airborne. Legion 90, Airborne and Moto. Rima 85, Marines. If they're not prototype like Falski Maker, they're also Moto or Marines. Panzergrunts 90 are actually a good choice as well. They're in armor too. West Germany. Should I play West Germany maybe? Maybe I should play West Germany. I just talked myself into playing West Germany because of Panzergrunts. Yeah. You know what? Let's play West Germany. Then I'm not gonna cheat with. Oh no, no tanks. I'm good. That's what the name was. Um, what's the availability bonus here? 20. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to change to give myself the armored spec. Yeah. And then I'm not gonna cheat as much by taking the M84A and. All right. I am the taking command tanks and shit like that. All right, you can't stop me. Reorder that. Maybe we're gonna take a fifth CV card because 170 points is quite expensive. Let's see. All right, so we do get a martyr too, but I think we might wanna. Do we do it like this? Yeah, the availability between Panzergrunts and Panzergrunts 90 is the same, so I think we're gonna do it like that. We need Milan too. I think Jäger are more efficient than Heimatschützen, right? Keep in mind, point efficiency isn't. It's still important, of course, right? Cost efficiency, I should say, but not as important as before, especially when it comes to infantry. Right? In this case, right, we get 480 points of infantry. This is just 380, and I think it's worth it to actually go Jäger in this case. Um, we have our cards of Panzergrunts, and I think just not a martyr too. Because that's points that otherwise we're not going to use. Plus, the Martyr 2 kind of does fill the role of like a medium tank, right? Anti-air, let's get a Ronin 3s. Let's get. I think just this a good setup. Mortar's still good. And M109. I like the basic M109. Tanks, no thanks. I'm gonna take these. One card at least. In the Jupiter because it's wheeled at least. I think I'm actually gonna keep them down with it because they're so cheap. BTS1. We could, of course, also go with something like China or Dragons because of the PTC 89. That is certainly a valid option. But I think instead of something like that, I'd rather have good infantry based AT. I think the really most try hard and um, kind of going against the spirit of the quote unquote challenge would be to take red 4 armored and just spam P on PSVs. You could do a similar thing with blue 4 armored and get Volcanics, but I find P on PSVs to be stronger. I do like me the Jaguar too. It doesn't have the same punch as either the Jaguar 1 or the Weasel, but it still has a 3 armor, it has medium stealth. And the Ito is pretty consistent. I'm gonna downwet this actually. Get just this for now. They're kind of awkward to use sometimes. They're not particularly survivable, fast, or have any other weaponry. KWS is a must. You might want to get 2 ECRs just to keep our peace rounds alive, but maybe that's a bit overkill. Plus, you can only do so much with Seed. We still have plenty of activation points. It's 10 points. I think 10 points is definitely worth paying in this case. Let's just take a second one here. If you're playing a very small map, you might be making use of the Weasel, but maybe a Jaguar is the way to go. But they're basically... Let's take this for base defense. It's you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna... Before I get mean comments or anything. And then let's just take this because it's fast and it's cheap. And mainly because it's fast. So if you play a deck, on a map like Nuclear or Highway, we wanted speed for the early second spawn cap. Well, sometimes it's really important. Or in general, sometimes if you need to put a CV somewhere really quickly and the survivability is not even that important. You still have plenty of other survivable CVs, so... Alright, as long as we don't get mudfied, it's probably doable. We shall see. Either way, as always, I shall see you in a second once we find a ranked game. Please, no mudfight. It's not mudfight! Wait, did we play against like 3 times now? Hold on, let me check my recordings. Hold on. No. Yes, on Hell. What did we play? Commonwealth. And then we played against... Oh, no, it was White Chocolate we played against on what's it called? Punchball. Oh, and they DC'd against us playing... They played US, we played... What did we play? Infantry over there. Commonwealth Moto? Commonwealth Moto and Mudfight, I think. That's a pretty good super heavy micro there. Not so good tank micro against our full focus ADGM mech deck. Alright, so... yeah, right, you have the tanks, I just realized. My mind immediately went to this tab because that's where the tanks are. But that's my recon. That's my recon. No. Right, I think I'm gonna go with the Iltis. It's relatively rare that you end up losing that CV. So we want to play as wide as possible, so tanks are as awkward as possible. So we want to push golf and essentially hold this, alright? How are we gonna do this? How do you want to do this? Any D&D fans in the chat? Get some Jäger spam. Some Kurzes. Kurz honestly not that horrible, but not that great either. Especially, yeah, when you compare to the 10-point M41. Could be worse, but it could also be better. Unlike the RH202, it doesn't have the 20% accuracy, it only has 15. And my man's ready already. I'm gonna get a Gepard because I don't want to get fricked by the salvo length of 2 on that thing. Plus, we shouldn't really need the roll in 3 as much, unless we go up against a Kerner spam or stuff like that. But we're gonna get some moderate VTS ones. Then for mid, let's get some Milans going. Panzergrants. Let's get some BGS. Get like base Gepard. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Kurtz, you have to go. You know, we could probably actually get rid of these two since we're gonna get these two Panzergran 90s. And then for 60 points, I feel like a Jaguar. I think Kurtz. Alright, let's go. We shouldn't, honestly, the FOB is kind of not so great on this map. Because the M109 is not so great on this map. Because the M109... One thing it does, the main downside to it really is... It's not even the long aim time or... it's dispersed or anything. The main weakness really is actually the range, because on big maps like this you can't park it next to fog. Although at Delta we should be able to shell, I think. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, these M113s. So not one in here, one in that town, one in this one. This might look a bit far back, but the nice thing here is you have like line of sight down here. So, and if your opponent overextends or thinks, oh, I broke through, then suddenly there's an AGM team waiting for them. It's kind of neat. You please drive up here. What often happens is they end up trying to take this road there, and that's obviously we want to avoid that. Jaguar 2, you're gonna be put there as well. Gepard, you just stay here. Kurz, I'm gonna place you in there. Immediately another one of you. Well, let's save these because they're kind of precious. This of you. As left, so Commonwealth again, presumably. Let's get some defenses along the highway. Last thing we want to happen is lose our CV to a single as left just driving up there, right? Walmart. It's a bush, yeah it is. Those are as lefts, so I can't really try to cross the open with those because they like the stealth. I keep saying that, but in case you don't know, they have worse stealth than any other rig and tab. Vickers probably upweighted. Could be Moto, but I think it could also just be upweighted. Gotta be careful, there's probably gems in there. Don't really have great long range fire support. Good. Keep those martyrs here in the back. You know what, keep you even in there. Oh, got lucky there. Well, I was too slow either way. Oh, yeah, and I completely screwed up with you. You know what? No, that was part of my plan. I just wanted to assault here in a less obvious position. Ahem. Ahem. Oh, you stay here. Got like another Panzergrenz in here. Just move you down there. Is there a third one? No, I guess there wasn't. Oh, nice Vickers. Here's honestly the biggest answer of these guys. They have to reload for 5 seconds after every single missile. Unlike Bradley's or the like, they don't fire in a salvo of 2 or even 3 like other things. Yeah, don't have the optics to keep line of sight when you're in the bush, unfortunately. Unload you. This one was a bit too late. Lost one martyr with his 1 year. To Otis Leopard Ace 1. Interesting. American infantry up. A bit further up as well. Do I still have my bow? No, my bow died to the SAS there. Ah, again. They do have 3 armor though, so if they decide to be a bit aggressive, those Vickers, they're gonna die. It's gotta be careful with this ADGM squad here. They're so slow. Unfortunately, the Bushmaster isn't the strongest of ATGMs. Let's get you back, you're at 1 HP. You're still spotted, right? You're in a bush? I think you are, right? Yeah, you are. So there's infantry there at the edge. Possibly even of the recon variety. Don't want to have those Marder 2s at the edge. There's probably Milans in there. Let's check this with the 5-pointer here. It seems like we went up against a reasonable tank, right? No challengers or the like we have to deal with. No heavy IFVs, right? If we went up against a DGC or DGC mech or the like, Leopard 2s or something would provide quite an issue. Or, you know, obviously M84s or stuff like that. Also, I'm floating. Let's just get 2 CVs immediately. Let's be aggressive and possibly reckless. Excuse me. Yep, there they are. Let's just don't even attack move, just keep moving, because if you attack move right, they will stop moving as soon as, you know, the enemy's in range. But if the SAS keep moving, then it will be a constant stop, go, with the aim time. Oh, gonna get line of sight? Oh, no, I need a fucking bow here. By the time my BGS arrive and are in position. Oh, got one though. They do have a lot of ammo at the very least, right? So, yeah, wasting a bunch, not really an issue. Not really. Okay, get it out of there. Just get a bunch more. They still have MG3s, right? Can move you a bit up, unload you, and try to walk you into the town. Place you like here as bait for those Ericses, because this is 1,000. Oh boy! Oh, lucky crit! Did they start with the jelly too? They kind of must have, right? Otherwise, I can't explain why they didn't start with the second CV for the spawn there. No! Oh, you fool! You fool! It was a side shot. Ah. Should have been aggressive with it in the first place, right? Because of its crit. You fool. I'm curious though. Did they start with the jelly too? They were incredibly defensive. Like, and I just didn't see where the points really went. There were a lot of Vickers. 4 of them. I guess there was a... Wait, what? Is this gonna get removed? Wait, what? I got like 53 points. Did it just park it out there and didn't realize? Oh no! Oh no! This is so sad. Did I get... Oh wow, there's some really early base defense. Okay, those are just Canadian rifles, I guess. Oh, and they buy like Stormer and stuff for here, and it all spawns back there. Like for some stuff, right? If you want to get stuff for this zone, I definitely do prefer spawning it from here most of the time. If I want them to take like this route or something, or if mid is just so contested or so up in the air that I find stuff driving either straight up here or even worse, like that way, just way too dangerous. For one, because it could just get shot, but also because it often gives your opponent quite some information. But still, yeah, no, no, no. This is so unfortunate. This is so unfortunate. It cost them so much time. Like those squads were just sitting there the whole time. Ah, that sucks, man. But that, see, I think, like, this doesn't really happen to me a whole lot, right? Because very, very often I make sure that my CV is in position, then immediately press it to halt and immediately buy stuff from my secondary spawn, right? That's kind of second nature. But I also feel like I'm so used to, on highway especially, making sure I get the right spawn that I usually am zoomed out. When you're zoomed out at a certain level, you get indication errors, right, from which spawn it's coming. So if I want to buy stuff here and I see like, wait, the arrow isn't coming from there, why not, right? My mind would probably, at least I'd hope so, immediately be like, whoa, 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 there's something wrong. Ah, that's just so unfortunate. They really do be liking those Vickers, which they are very, very great. But I think in this specific scenario, going up against a bunch of modders and a ton of infantry with 16 AP or more, like the Jäger, not ideal. But you don't know that beforehand. Canadian rifles in the Bison, interesting choice. Yeah. And then the side shot. Yeah, I shouldn't have engaged in the first place because he had a crit. I mean, I can kind of understand it against infantry, and especially in forests. Your accuracy is usually good enough with everything going on, but it's also knowing there's Panzergrenade 90s and not knowing what else is in this forest, quite risky. Or two Shelly 1 Mark IIs, yep. To be fair, I was also floating like 300 points at some point. Two fucking CVs. Either way, I'm afraid that's already it. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.